when the doctor told me there was a cure for dyslexia, it was music to my arse. He also told me to start exercising, but he said take it easy in the beginning, so I purchased a sporty towel. And finally he told me to go on a seafood diet, and I've started that already. Whenever I see food, I eat it. Thank you, Walter. Welcome to Shave&Butcher, and what is going to be a theme week. Sort of, I've never done that before, but I wanted to show some European artisan soaps. Some you've seen rather often, others not so often. And you know, I thought that was interesting, because we do see a lot of American product, which we enjoy, and we love that, and I use that very often. Some of the European brands are less well known, and I'll just shave with a few, see where that goes. The first one that we're using today is Fitjar Islands. It's a Norwegian soap maker out on the Fitjar Islands, which is well, south of Bergen, west of Oslo, quite far west. If you know roughly where Oslo is, it's in Norway anyway. So we'll use that. We'll talk a bit about Fitjar Islands. I don't know much, but I'll make some shit up. The brush is Jeff Anderson's GA7. The Badger something not. I did ask, what is it? And the answer is, well, don't know. Is it good? Yep. Okay. Why? Okay. Fine. It's great anyway. It's great. So this is, I don't have much left. And this one is HAVN, which means harbor. And it says on it, the calm stillness of reaching safe harbor after a rough day at sea. So this is, you know, all the soaps. I think there are 5, and they all come as creams as well. So this is a pretty hard pack. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's all natural ingredients, including what makes up the scents. So the scents are not overpowering, but this one you can smell. I have a little bit of a sniffy nose today, so but I know what it smells like. This one is HAVN, is a woody herbal scent. It's the idea is driftwood basically, which you know, because these islands, I've never been there, but it looks, it's rough, eh? But it's beautiful. There are, I think, 100 islands, most not inhabited, and the others probably shouldn't be. I mean, it's lovely, but it has to be rough. It has to be rough climate. The wind, you got the whole damn Atlantic before you reach Canada on the other side, and yeah, it's real people who live there. I bet. The soap maker, I believe, is a lady called Jorunn. I don't think she's from the island. She moved there voluntarily. Yeah, can you imagine? But driftwood is the idea of the scent. So you've got cedar wood and blooming heather. Cedar wood and blooming heather. And doesn't that sound nice? So it's the idea of the scent is coming into harbor, smelling the sea, smelling the land scents. So the driftwood from the sea and heather on land in a lovely mix. It doesn't smell like salty water and peaty whiskey and that sort of thing. It's more heather than cedar, perhaps. Although I'm not quite sure exactly how heather smells like. But it's great. It smells like, some people call scents perfumey, and I don't really know what the definition of that is. But it smells like a perfume. So if that's what it means, then you get a bit of that. I was surprised the first time I tried it, because I did think it was going to be rough and the sea and driftwood. But it's very kind, very mild. Almost, well, bloom of heather, not normal. You know, you get the bloomy, a bloomy idea. How's that for a scent description? I'm sorry. I really enjoy it though. It's not a cheap soap. It is, one of these is $30 plus shipping if you buy it from Fitjar. The razor is Japanese Baba razor, Japanese with Swedish steel. And you can see the Baba written on the lights. Are funny, aren't they? Let's see if that's better. So there you go. For barbers used, first quality. It's a hollow razor, and here we go. Where was I? Where was I on Fitjar? Yeah, it's $30, but it's only 3.5 ounce in if you want the glass. But it's a lovely glass jar. It's beautiful, very Nordic, Scandinavian in its design, really. Always do that. So if you get the refill, it's less. It is almost a third less, I think. Well, no, let's call it $20 to $23 for 3.5 ounces. They do have retailers. It says on the website in Europe, in the US, and in Canada. So probably better to buy the retailers, but I don't know which they are. This part of Norway, so Bergen and around there, has the best accent or dialect, or whatever the word is, best dialect out of all the Scandinavian countries. So if I'm generalizing a bit, which I shouldn't, no I'm not, I'm just gonna piss people off. I have opinions about the dialects just like everybody else, but in my humble, well, not so humble opinion, the Bergen dialect is the best sounding out of all the Scandinavian dialects that I've heard. I've heard most of them. So, beautiful, lovely dialect, good soap, what's not to like? Frank Strömberg's word, I'm going to talk about his dialect. I won't. Or Matti. Oh. Yeah, dialect is fun. It's enjoyable. I like to guess where people are from, and I'm horrible at it. But I always do. And For Sweden, you know, I can have an idea, north, south at least. But I'm stupid enough to do it for people from Britain too. And I almost always get it wrong. Because I try to be specific. So Northern England, Southern England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, you can sort of pick out. Most people can do that. Wales is tricky because Wales in the north and the south are very different. Wales south is Flash Boredom, Wales north is Paul Age, for example. But I always try. So I accused Jim Henderson at Jim Will Shave of being a Yorkshireman, and he's from Liverpool, and that's like, Yorkshiremen aren't happy to hear that. Scousers from Liverpool are neither, so stop doing that. But you know, the sound of that, it's interesting, isn't it? And well, this area, sort of west or southwest of Norway, is lovely. We do have a viewer, a pretty frequent commentator who might agree with me. I do know. That was a good first pass. Could have added more water to the soap. You never know. Seriously, I never know. Usually I get it to where I want it to be, but not always. For me, the difference between the lather I had now and the one that just falls off the razor by gravity, in terms of shaving, no difference. It's when you rinse the blade off and the soap doesn't come off without rinsing quite a bit or putting your finger on it. That's when it's too dry and dry to the effect that it affects slickness. This one doesn't. If you can rinse the razor off just by and the lather comes off, then you're good. Okay, the second pass, le passe d'argent. Yeah, I haven't been to Norway in quite some time. Of course, you haven't been able to travel in there as a Swede because pandemic is so much more spread in Sweden than in Norway. Norway's been pretty locked down most of the time. We have a new law from starting today in Sweden, pandemic law. I haven't really studied what's in it, but it gives the government more tools to, to do lockdown-y things, such as regulating how many people can be in a store and maybe how many people can be at a home party. I'm not quite sure. So before, they couldn't regulate that. They could tell you how many people can be at a football game or a concert, but that was about it. So, and I know we shouldn't be out meeting people. Still, a law like that, it really infringes on your freedom, doesn't it? So, well, let's hope they take it away once this is over anyway, so they're not up to any funny business. Yeah, so I picked out a number of soaps that I plan to use this week. We'll see how many I do. But I'm quite happy with the list, so, you know, stay tuned in, will ya? You might like what you see. Oops. Didn't cut myself, but I have something there which in a little spot. Do I make much more sounds than other shavers when I cut myself, or almost? I think CDB implies that. It's just, you know, if it hurts, it hurts. No, right? This didn't hurt too bad. Okay, hookers. Come on. Hands are not with me today. Hands and knees. Is that compulsory when you're approaching 50, that one or both of your knees are wonky? Mine have been for a while. I just, you know, it's one of the most common things people complain about. At least men. Women, I don't know. But men do stupid things like playing football when they shouldn't, and, you know, we're a bit crazy. So yeah, I've never been to the West Coast. I've been to Stavanger, which is, I guess, West Coast, but it's really south. That was, wow, that was cool. That was really cool. I'd love to go to Bergen, which is the big city on the West Coast. Well, there's Trondheim as well, which is slightly further north, which are both, looking at pictures, are just spectacular. I mean, Norway is amazingly beautiful when it comes to nature anyway. Like, I've only been to the southern half, to Oslo, and I've been is it Stavanger in the south, or is it, am I mixing things up? It's the oil town, you know, way south. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But it's, you know, I'd love to, Bergen, I'd love to go, I really would. And cool culture, cool architecture, cool soap as well. I didn't talk much about it's a great soap. For me, soaps are sort of, can I shave with them? Does the razor blade glide? Yes. Cool. Is it a nice smell? Yep. Good. I like it. I'm not that fussy, really. And you know, when soaps are scented with essential oils only, and we'll have a few of those this week, then you never get the bombardic, really strong scent. Anyway, because you can't make them super strong. So, Thayer's unscented facial toner, keeping it natural for a minute. Oh, let's do the head, the dome as well, because you should, every chance you get. That's great, lovely. I'm gonna put on a scent. It's evening and it's Sunday evening, so there's no reason, but I want to put a scent on, and I have nothing something that matches this, and the scent of the soap is gone anyway, like it is for most soaps. But it's going to be Creed's Green Irish Tweed, which is a legendary scent. So we're going to put it here. Try not to put it on the t-shirt. One squirt. Is it called squirt? Has that word been destroyed? I think it's a squirt. If it isn't, we apologize. One squirt is all you need with Creed. It rhymes. I'm such a poet. Sister, I'm a poet. Thank you for watching. We will air this on Monday to make it the start of the European Artisan Soap Week. Have a good one. Enjoy the week. Try not to get ill, and be careful out there and stay sharp.